New Year's Eve. Here we go. Let us just begin with our feet hip width apart, kind of grounded in the room, taking some deep breaths. So good. Slight bend to the knee. So, as I had mentioned, for anybody that wouldn't know, we're going to start with very similar warm up to the original, but I'm going to stop when we get to side stretch because I'm going to do a different side stretch. So, this will just warm the body up. So, let us begin. Let's just inhale up. Good. Bend those knees. And here we go. Let's do 5. So, just let it go, relaxing the head, bring it on up and down and lift and down. I believe that's 3. I wasn't counting. Up and cruise and 5 and cruise. And let's come up and out. I just love this stretch, so I had to include it. So tail back. Let's go into our beautiful flat back. Tuck your chin. Make sure that the head's right in alignment there as you just reach. Now today I'm really reaching my arms out really from kind of the shoulders and the tail. So I'm also getting a lot of upper body release. And then bend. Here we go. Little bounces. Letting the head go. Just releasing in that spine. Let's do about 3 more bounces. And now let's alternate 3 times. So we're going to go flat back and relax. Flat back and bounce. Flat and bounce. We're going to stack the hands. We're going to porpoise. So here we go. Reaching up and out. And 2. Stretch it up and out. And 3. And out. How about 1 more? Reach it up and out. Just pause there and just some nice little pulses back. Again, letting the head relax there. So good. And how about hands behind the ankles and little pulses in. Pulsey in. Woo, that feels good. And let's do some nice figure 8s in front. Big figure 8s all the way from the side to side, to side, to side, and then to the center, rolling it on up. I'm going to bend my knees just slightly. Very good. Let's just bring the arms all the way up. Stretch it up, and so good. Bring it right down. Let's bring it in. Now we're going to start with a bit of arms. So having your feet right underneath the hip ball joints, parallel feet, good. Bending the knees slightly, tail under. And lift the toes on these. I'm going to suggest you press the big toe ball joint down for stability and a slight external rotation of the thighs. Yeah, so that should feel really nice. Lifting, rib cage is actually down as opposed to up. Nice. And let's just take those arms. I'm going to do this one first and see how you guys like it. We used to do these, hadn't in a while. So your arms are just down like that. Now, right here, I want you to bend at the elbow, elbows out. Very good. So you're thinking shoulders down, elbows are out, and just slowly relaxing in the hands at the wrist, begin to take those elbows out a little bit wider. And then think about bringing them slightly more to the front of your body. Now, you keep it there. This is a visual. You want to start to feel it right at the top back of the arm. Now, you're going to take your hands. I'm going to come up a little closer so you kind of get what I'm doing here. Taking your hands now, and I want you to roll slowly this way so the palms are facing out. And you're going to pulse the air out. Pulsing the air out. You're starting to feel that in the top of the arms. Pulsing the air out. Excellent. Now, just pause there and keep the elbows there if you can. And begin to just bring the arms up. Yes, so you may need to adjust a little bit. Good. And now, palms are forward. Begin to roll so the pinky is forward. And you're going to do these little rotations. I'm making it big, but I want you guys to make them small. Now, if you're not feeling it there, adjust a little bit. I said ribs down, but it's actually ribs up there, so you feel it. And you're just going to do these tiny little rotations. So again, I'm making them bigger so you can see, but you want to really be able to feel it. You're working right in that bicep and tricep area. Very good. Let's just do a few more. What might happen if we now roll the hand out and we go this way? Or how about, no, I don't like the pulse. Yeah, I don't feel that too much, right? So we'll go back in. And let's reach it straight right out, really reach out. And this way, I'm gonna make it big, but I want you guys to go small. Okay, so the thumbs are rolling back and really reach those arms out. Think shoulders down, arms out, tiny little pulses. You're gonna really, should really feel that. Beautiful. All right, so now you guys ready for the main course, right? So I want you to keep your knees slightly bent, tail back, shift back into your heels. Ball joints are pressing to keep the hands that fit there, and roll all the way. Good. And you ready? Here we go. Taking it back. I'm at a bit of an angle with my camera, but you guys know what I'm doing. Good. So right there, bring those arms up. So lifting the chest, open across the shoulder blade, or across the collarbone, and keep those arms up as much as you can and really pulsing in. Tiny pulses in towards each other. Now, I just noticed I was doing this, so I'm going to invite you all to drop your shoulders. Now, I rather like lifting the chin a bit because I can really feel that then across the, yeah, but if that feels uncomfortable, don't. And don't drop the head. It's basically a nice lift. It's not a drop. Beautiful. All right, now right there, pause, shift back into your heels, ball joints, make sure the feet are there, lift a little higher. And now I'm gonna make this bigger, little circles in, little tiny circles in. So now I'm gonna make it the right size so you can barely see it, barely see it. And I can really feel this across the front of my body as well. Now, if you're feeling this in the shoulders, you want to lift the arms up higher. This is a tricep and it will work. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's just do a few more little tiny pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're ready to come out of it and shake those arms out. Super good. Let's go now into a big side stretch. So on this one, again, you want the feet right underneath those hips, not too close. You want the feet parallel on the side, so really check that. Shift into the heels, lift, toes, slight bend in the knees, so soften. Get yourself a nice tailbone under, and let's lift up. So my palms, I'm gonna have my hand this way. Stretch up, stretch up, stretch up, stretch up, and then come on over. Oh, nice. And when you feel like you're right where you are, shift back into your heels again, because I guarantee you're going to come forward. Make sure you're tucking under a little bit. You should never feel this in the back. Take the other arm right here. Good. And elbow forward. Now take the top arm and rotate it so the palm is facing the ceiling. You can tuck your chin, bring the ears back towards your shoulders, and tiny little pulses. Beautiful. And with this, because it is so intense, you need to constantly be checking your little points, all those little points of perfection, right? Meaning that you're going to press the ball joints in, make sure the feet don't move, and make sure you're not lifting up from the rib cage. I know that's weird, but think rib cage down, melt the waist and make the hip, and it's really pulsing from the waist. This is what really can cinch you in. And if you're over far enough and you're like, okay, I'm a good stretch here, drop the hand on the leg a little longer, lower. You don't have to, but I find I get a little bit more stretch out of it. Just tiny little pulses. Good, shift back in your heels. Make sure that you keep those knees softened and the tailbone up. Good, let's do 20 more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Beautiful. You're starting to feel a bit lengthened, right there at that waist. Just 5 more tinies. Good. Now be very careful how you come out. It's very important. I want you to bend your knees, take this top arm, bring it out to the side, and bring it forward. As you come up, put both hands on those knees, and then bring yourself up, because those are so deep. Nice work. Let's go again. You ready? Other side. So palm up. Stretch it up, check again, shift back into your heels, ball joints, knees slightly bent, tailbone, up and over. Oh, up and over. And when you get to where you feel, yeah, that feels pretty good, you can really feel it, then go ahead and drop, starting up a little high till you get that length going with the stretch, elbow forward, that way you don't do any of this, and begin to stretch. Again, bring the ears back to your shoulders. You can look up at that top hand if that helps. Keep your neck in alignment. Beautiful. Checking again that you're not lifting up at the rib cage. The rib cage is down. It's right at the waist. Waist. This is a beautiful little waist wiggler. And when you finally get over, it's like, yeah, my spine is stretched. I might drop my hand a little lower. Tiny little pulses. Guys look great. Excellent. Let's just do a few more. Good. Again, now check with this hand on the leg. Make sure you're not turning, right? So keep that shoulder a little bit forward. And just give me maybe 5 more little pulses. See if you can stretch up, melting the hip. Beautiful. Now don't just come right out of it. Come over to the side and forward. Beautiful. And all the way up. And hands here. Good. Now I'm going to have you just allow yourself, knees are bent. Watch the feet to just roll all the way down for a back stretch. So I'm over here. I'm going to put my hands on the inside of my legs and elbows are out wide. So my elbows are out and I'm going to press them a little forward and just get that beautiful, nice stretch. Relaxing the head there. This is a really nice one. Now, I'm going to talk you through it because we're going to do each side, we're going to stretch the hamstrings. So just listen to what I'm saying so you don't have to look up. Take your right leg and just keep the heel there, but turn the foot to the outside. Okay, so right foot to the outside. Take both hands behind the ankles. So the right hand is going to come around the front to the back. The left is around the front to the back. Bend the left leg slightly and give yourself a little bit of a hamstring stretch. And you're looking through the outside space between the elbow and the knee. And that'll just give you a nice stretch. The more you bend that opposite leg, the more you're going to feel it. Nice work. And now we're going to reverse. So bring that foot back to the front. Switch. Bring the other leg out to the side. Bring both arms over around the other ankle. And this time bend the other leg. And just do some little pulses. I hope I explained that well enough. I know when we got our head down there looking the other way, it's sort of hard. But you'll get the sense. And you'll just get that beautiful hand stretch there. And then bring both feet, that one back to the center. And let's put one hand above one knee, the other above the other, push down and curl it up. Yeah, you definitely want to protect yourself on the way up, bending those knees, pressing all the way up. Press. And give yourself a big shoulder roll. You should feel really nice and stretched out now. I feel really nice and stretched out. Let's go to our chair or our bar. And we're just going to do a little bit of some calves and some thighs. So I'm going to do some calves in a plie position. So let's just get ourselves in our little plie position, bending those knees. Let's just do some plies. That should feel good. I'm going to do a pandiculation plie. And to do those, you can be fairly wide. You actually don't even really need to hold on. We know how to do these. But go ahead and drop on down to your low place, adjust the feet. So you're good, knees over ankles. Good. And I want you to just notice how open are you feeling here right now before we do the pandiculation? Okay. How far down can you go easily without a big stretch? And how open are you? So now here we go. We're going to pull back as we come up. Those sit bones are going to close right here. You're going to close them all the way. You're going to pull everything up. So your glutes, your tushy is squeezing, your kneecaps are lifting, the shoulders are even lifting. And now we're going to let all that tension and energy go down, opening the sit bones, beginning to bend those knees and come on down. And at the bottom, relax. Now, look how much lower we all are. See, that's the beauty of the pandiculation. Let's do it again. Pulling it up. Good. Pulling those sit bones in. Tushy, kneecaps, everything up. I'm even going to inhale and exhale. Opening. Slowly release down. It's a slow release. But when you get to the bottom, relax. And look how much lower. So this is really opening us up. Last one, 3 times for the pandiculation. You can press down into the ground from the heels too. So you can feel like you're pressing there to come up. Those thighs are back. Here we go, elevator doors. Pull everything up. Beautiful. let's let it all slowly release. Elevator doors open, allowing those knees to come out all the way down to wherever it's ready to go, and relax. Now look how much lower we all are. I love that. And let's come straight up. You can shake it out now. Beautiful. I'm going to bring my legs in a little bit closer now to do this with the footwork. So here we go. I'm just going to lift my heels. Good work. Bend the knees. Good. Let's drop those heels and straighten up. So that's going to be our first combo. You can put your hands here if you want to keep all the torso weight up. So it's a lift the heels, all ball joints, bend, drop, straighten. Lift the heels, bend the knees, drop the heels and straighten. Lift, bend, drop, straighten. One more, lift, bend, drop, and straighten. Other way. So we're going to go down, lift, stretch, and drop the heels. Bend, lift those heels, straighten those legs, drop the heels. Two more, bend, lift, straighten, and bend. Last one, bend, lift, straighten, and bend. Now the last one we're going to do is, I just want you to, we won't bend the knees on this. I want you to go, come all the way up high. Good, drop the heels halfway, lift all the way, drop down and up. So it's a half lift, up, all the way down, up, halfway up, all the way down, up. Two more, halfway up, all the way down, up. And isn't that just enough? And shake out those legs. Let's go ahead and do a nice side. You know what? Pause here. We won't even use that. Just take one leg. You'll have your feet hip width. Take one leg straight back, front knee over the ankle. And we're just going to get right into this, tucking under. And let's go ahead, hinge forward at your hips and stretch forward, lifting that back heel and drop it back down. So let's just do some nice stretches from here. I just love this series. You guys know I do because I do it all the time. But it's just so helpful to stretch out in those calves. Good. One more time. Beautiful. And let's just pause right there. Let's hinge forward. Good. And let's drop down, arms on either side of that front leg. And let's just bring the arms up into the waist. Press through that front heel. Bring them to the waist. Good. We're going to do two more like that. Ooh, I'm losing my balance. Let's go down, back to the waist, and down, back to the waist. Now pause. Now, if you're having balance challenges like I am, front foot, angle it to the center of the body just a little bit, knee out, and that will stabilize you. All right, let's put our heavy weight up on there. Good work. Lifting up and a little side stretch so you get to really open up in that hip. One more time. And back up, another side. Woo, it's so good for stabilizing too. Front knee, keep it bent and over. One more time, over and up and over and up. Beautiful work. Bring your hands down to this knee. Switch legs. So come first here, switch, other side. So protecting yourself as you go back down, front knee. Again, take the front foot, ankle it to the center a little for some good stability. You're already hinged, pressing through that back heel. And let's come forward and press back. And forward and back. So my heel is down on this one now. Now I'm going to lift it. So lift the back heel and bring it back. Just a couple more. Lift it and back, stretching through that back calf and heel and Achilles. Last one. Forward and back. Good work. Hinging forward. Here we go. Drop down. Take a second because that's going to load up that front leg and bring that big barrel of laundry right to your waist. Good. Let's do two more. Take it down and up. I have to really focus today for balance. My balance has not been perfect, has it, in the last couple days? Let's pause here. Bring this back up. Stretch up, front knee, little toe, lifting up out of the ribs as you now go over to one side and up and over. Now we stretched our waist and sides, but this is a little different, isn't it? You're going to feel it in the hip flexor a little bit more. Before we were stretching sides. I'm just going to go one more time to this side. Beautiful. Bring it back to here, hands on that knee. Shift your weight forward to bring the other one there, and let's cruise on out. Excellent. Let's grab something to drink. Then we're going to go to our chair, and we're going to do a little bit of leg now. Now, here's a move we have done in the past, Haven't done it in a while. And I thought, let's bring this oldie goldie back because it's such a good one. Who would like to really lengthen and strengthen inner thighs? Inner thighs. So that's what this one's going to be. We're going to be in the same position, hand nicely on our bar. Standing leg will be straight. We're going to be working the outside. So bring it out. Now, normally when we do these, with your tilt, we still want the tilt. We're bringing it so the knee is straight up. Today, I want you to externally rotate that leg. Turn it out so the knee is facing out. I'm actually almost on my little toes. Now give yourself that nice tilt and begin to lift that leg up. Slight bend, by the way, as you're lifting. So I'm just going to go slight diagonal. And you're really lifting from your inner thigh tilted under. So just go to where you can start to feel that. Good. And you're just going to do some tiny little lifts. Oh yeah, keep the tilt though. So you should really feel yourself lifting from the inner thigh. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, shoulders relax down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pause there. How about a little bend, straighten in that big external position? So stretch and release, stretch and release, stretch and release. Woo, I feel that. Stretch and release, stretch and release. Give me 3 more. Give me 2 more. Give me 1 more. Good. And let's just drop it on down. Do you guys feel that? Give me a thumbs up. Yes, on those inner thighs, right? So good. Great place to strengthen. All right, now we're going to go to the other side. I didn't get my chair here ready. No worries. That didn't take long. So here we go. Hand is right here at the chair. Other one. So again, standing. You're still tilting. External, big external rotation of that leg. With the tilt, lift it up. So the tilt just keeps you out of the hip flexors. We want to be working there. I'm going to, once I'm there, really turn it even more and little up and downs. Little up and downs. Keep your tilt. So you're really lifting from your inner thigh. Yes. So nice to feel those particular muscles working. I'm going to pause there and just do some bend stretches here now. Bend stretch. Bend stretch, really reach to the back of the knee, but in that, oh, I'm shaking. I don't know if you guys are. I'm getting a nice shake going on, which I love because it just shows me I am really working those muscles. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. How about just a couple little ups, up, 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 up. All right, enough of that, right? And shake it on out. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to do a bit of the serious thigh series on this. So you can be, let's see, let's face here. We're going to do it in the V. We won't do a whole lot, but your feet are in a V. Come on up onto your ball joints, stretching up so the heels are touching. And very nice. So let's just begin. Let's do one where we just go straight down. Now on these, you're not tilted. You have a neutral spine, but you can still pull the belly button in. Just go down to wherever you can and then come back up. So if you need to adjust the feet, you have had that. Now we're going to take it down in the 3 levels with the tilt. So I want you to just come down just a little. Give me an in. So really tilt that tail under and slowly release to neutral. Drop another couple inches. Curl that tail under. Pull the belly button in. Feel that nice scoop. Slowly release to neutral. Drop one more time. You're still pressing the heels. Curl it under and slowly release. Now we're coming back up a couple inches. Curl and release to neutral. Up again. Curl it under. Feel those glutes and release. I'm just going to do it one more time. You ready? Take it down again. Curl and release, down, curl, and release, nice, up a little, curl, and release, last one, come up, curl, and release. You ready to come all the way up? Yes, all the way up, if you need to shake, shake. We're just gonna do one more thing here, just the plies, you ready? So I just keep those heels together, take it down, and up. Good. Now I straightened all the way. On this next one, I'm going to keep a slight bend. And 3, take it straight down. Your back is just going right down the wall. I bet you're starting to feel it. Here's 4, keep a slight bend, little diamond. 5, Good. And you should be on all your ball joints. Make sure that you're not just on the little ones. All the ball joints. Good, give me 2 more. You're starting to feel that in those inner thighs and upper thighs? Yes, last one, you ready? Taking it down and pressing now all the way up and shake those legs out. Let's do a nice stretch. So we're gonna do the same stretch that we do, coming back out, nice flat back. Nice flat back. Oh, loving that. And then we're gonna do our legs up for the bend straighten, just to straighten all that and stretch it out. So coming back, I'm gonna lift up and bring that leg up and stretch it. Oh, so nice, so nice. Yes. Lengthening, lengthening. Whoop. I love it. Beautiful. And a little bend straighten. If you happen to be in a place you can do that, then stretch those legs. Bend, stretch. I'm going to switch the leg. You know what? Let's go ahead and we'll do this hip flexor. I love this one anyway. Pulling it back, tucking under, getting the stretch on the front hip. And you can even press the foot into the hand a little bit for a little bit of additional stretch there. And let's go to the other side when you're ready. Lifting it up, lifting the leg, coming on over, and giving yourself that nice lengthening in the back of the legs. Oh, just love the feeling of that. And then stretch, then stretch. Yes, yes, yes. You guys look like you're enjoying this as much as me. I'm so glad. And now I'm going to drop that leg down, grab on, and bring it in. Standing knee should be slightly bent, bringing that knee back so that it's knee to knee. And if you can tuck under, give yourself that good tilt and pull it up, oh, you're going to get that nice stretch there. You can press the hand gently into the leg. The hand gently into the leg. Actually, it's more the leg into the hand. And shake all that out. Super nice. All right, you guys, let's go to the floor. So go ahead and take a moment. You can get yourself there. We're not going to use the chair for this. We're going to do abs. We're going to go into abs. We're going to go straight onto the floor, though. Okay, so we won't need any accoutrement for this. Grab yourself something to drink, and we're going to begin. So we know how we've all gotten so well connected, right, to our lower abs and our abs when we've been doing these original ab work. So this is very similar, slightly different. So just see how you experience this today, how you're feeling it, okay? So you're just going to slowly roll yourself down, flat back. I need to move my chair out of here. Hit it. All right, so here's the difference, you guys. Feet hip width, all that's the same. I also like to do the pelvic floor, right? So I'm going to invite you to do that as well, bringing the sit bones together and everything as you do the nice tilt. But you're really just pressing lower back. So here's the difference. Instead of the lift and grip being on the outside, we're going to bring those hands to the inside of the legs. So go ahead and do that. Think about hands on the inside of the legs. Those elbows are up and out, right? Tilting lower back. You can tuck the chin slightly and think about, again, lifting shoulders. So once you're there, you're grabbing onto the inside of those legs, elbows, and really pull those elbows up. So you're getting a beautiful stretch across your shoulder blades. Excellent. Now, once you're in that position, release one hand at a time to the side. One hand goes down. Bring your shoulder blades down and then release to the other side. And you're just pulsing forward. This part is the same. Just tiny little pulses. You can allow the head to drop back slightly so it's right in alignment there. Your tailbone is pressing up, right? And the rib cage, so it's really tail to ribs. Good. Make it small. Make it small. And the hands are right there next to your legs. Now, at any time that you can't hang, you can take a breather, meaning drop yourself all the way back. But when you come back in, Come back in that same way that we did before. Hands on the inside, rolling so that you also get yourself in that perfect position. Nice work. Let's just do maybe 20 more little pulses. One, and make them really small. Good, keeping the knees in alignment. Beautiful, you guys. That's enough. Go ahead and drop on down. Good. If you want to arch out just to release your back, arms up, that's lovely. Now, the next part in this series is just take one leg and lift it up. Good. I didn't mention this, but I want to now. And any time if this starts to bother your back, bend the knees more. You can also bend at the ankle on any of these, okay? So you never want to feel this in your back. I can take my legs straight, but again, feel free to bend. So we're going to do essentially the same thing. This time your hands are on either side behind the knee or wherever you can get it. Before you go anywhere, you're pressing that lower back. Elbows are bent and out to the side and up. So think about rounding up on the top of your back. You ready? So you're tucking your chin, lower back is down, lift shoulders, elbows, really bring them up and out. So stretch across those shoulder blades. Beautiful. So take the inside arm and bring it next to you. Relax the shoulder blades down there, pressing lower back. Now release the other arm and tiny little pulses. Tiny little pulses. So again, if that starts to hurt your back, bend the knee and bring it in closer to your body. That's always how you do it. Okay. Nice. So again, they're really little. Your eyeballs are looking there. Super nice. If you want just a little bit more, you don't have to, but if you think you can take this outside arm and you can bring it to the center around the other side, and then you get a little bit more side. Look at you all trying that. Yeah. Now again, no jerking. You want to make it so small that you can barely see yourself moving. Good work. Let's just do maybe 20 more. 1, 2. Again, if it's too much, you drop down. When you come back in the same way. I'm going to bring my other arm back over, and then I'm going to roll on down. Beautiful. Bend that leg. Let's do the other side. Same thing. Good. Pressing lower back. Leg is straight up. Hands on either side behind here. Elbows are up. Lifting head and shoulders. Round across the back. Keep the standing, the knee that's bent straight up. And when you feel like you're there, take the outside arm to here. Shoulder blades down. And now let's go again. Tiny little pulses. Tiny little pulses. Yes. Ooh, you guys look good. So it's a lot of the same, but a little different. So we can decide, do we like it, the lift and grip on the outside? Do we like it on the inside? Do we want to do some combos? I kind of like the hands on the inside because I love rounding that upper back and really feeling the release there. So just give me a few more pulses here. Again, if it's too much, bend the knee, come out, give yourself breathers. Yep, Pam brought her hands over. Thank you for that. I think I'm going to do that as well. Excellent. I kind of like it. Right, you can do it really either way because you're just working both ways. And I'm going to drop that leg and the upper body. I'm going to bring my arms up and arch that tail, give it a chin tuck, maybe a little side to side here to stretch those out. And guess what? We have just one more in the series. You guys are doing great with this. Amazing how much stronger we've gotten, right? If we would have tried these a couple of months ago, we probably wouldn't have been able to do them. I'm going to do them both up, pressing lower back. So hands here. Good. Bending those elbows up and out, lifting, really reaching again, rounding through that upper back. Oh, I love that stretch. Pressing the lower back down. Good. Release one, shoulder blades down, release the other, and just begin. Nice. Again, feel free to bend the knees in if you're feeling this in the back, and agree to do any kind of breathers where you go down. Just bring yourself back up in that same starting position before you come back in. Nice. Oh, you guys look terrific. Good. Excellent. So let's just say I'm just going to do it for another couple seconds so you really get the feeling of all that. Beautiful work, you guys. All right, let's go ahead, bend those knees, drop, and let's do some nice little releases of that back. So you can just kind of do some nice circles here. You can even do bicycle circles if you know what that is, kind of like, like this, like you're riding a bicycle. Oh, beautiful work, you guys. All right, that's it for today for the abs. Aren't you happy? Well, but we're not done yet with some of the harder stuff. Let's roll over onto our sides. And you guys know I'm going to do this one again, right? I hope you don't mind. But I'm just loving this move because I can feel it. Like I can feel like I'm kind of sore in here, which is fabulous. Anybody else sore right in here from doing these? No, well, you guys are better than me. Amy is a little bit. Thank you, girl. Thank you for that. I don't want to be the only sore one. All right, so bringing this knee up. This one, the back one, remember, it's right in alignment with this hip. And then the knee and the ankle in a straight line. Hand over or forearm if you need to be on forearm. Other hand, I'm going to take from this hip and we're rolling forward and back. Roll the hip. Good. Just give it some nice movement there. You can roll the whole body. Notice I'm kind of doing my whole upper body forward just to get that sense. The foot will lift. Beautiful. And when you're there, super nice, you can either start with the hand here. Good. I'm going to start with my hand here. Making sure that you're up. Nice. And you're ready. Lift that back knee and you can come over a little bit more if you need to. If you can't, like I'm up kind of high, I can lift my leg, but I feel more comfortable if I have this hand slightly further away from my body and just back and forth. Good. Pointing toes. Think about getting your back heel towards your boot, towards the tushy. And then if you want more rotation, which I'm all about, but only when you're ready, you take this hand next to you and bring the other one over. And as much as you can, roll those shoulders. Keep that hip really rolling and keep going. Oh, good. Make sure you're not sinking down too low with the upper body. In other words, down here, I feel it, but not quite as in a good way as I do if I'm lifting my upper body up just a little bit, but you play with it. You'll get yourself to that good thing. The main thing is to keep that top hip rolling and don't let that knee come in front of the hip. Everybody looks good with that. Good. Just let's keep pulsing a few more times. Good. Nice work, you guys. You just know you're just cinching in. By the way, you don't have to, or don't really even want to pull your belly in on this. You're really more trying to get that rotation. All right, let's go ahead and drop that leg. Beautiful. Let's go right to the side so we're not switching. We'll see how they do with that one. Good. So on this, it's essentially the same thing. You're up like this. Take that top hip, roll, and make sure they start with the leg slightly bent. We're rolling it all the way over so the knee is practically to the floor. Everybody there, long leg. And then you're going to just slide over towards this hand on the floor and allow that leg to just float up and little ups. Keep that hip really rotated. And again, you can take this hand that was on the knee and rotate around. Good. Keep that leg right in alignment with the hip. You're going to know because you'll just feel it all the way up through the waist and the back of the hip. Tiny little lifts. Keep rolling that hip. So Mary, you're not doing anything with that lower leg, baby. You're just lifting straight up and down. Straight up and down. Keep the top hip. Do it from the top of the thigh instead of the knee down. Can ya? Oh, there you go. You're probably going to be like, I hate your name. Now I feel it. Now I'm going to do tiny bend stretches. And when I stretch, whoa, do I feel that. So tiny bend stretches. Adjust to make sure that your shoulders, if you're turned, are straight to the side, top hip down, leg right in alignment, lifting up with that upper body. Beautiful. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch it and drop. Ooh, show me where you're feeling it. Who's getting rid of those hips? Yes, and thighs. Beautiful. So while we're here, let's do inner thigh. So we already did a little inner thigh. Let's see how we feel with that. Inner thigh, you're actually down, elbow under shoulder, right under shoulder. Bottom leg or the front leg, you're now going to bring straight down. The other leg, top leg, is going to come over in front. Top arm is going to go behind the ankle. Hold on there, and that way you have nice stability. Take that bottom leg, flex it, turn so the toes are down, and let's do some little lifts. So you're lifting from the inner thigh. Wow, I feel that we did some work already on that inner thigh. I hope you guys are feeling that too. So we don't have to do too many. This must be inner thigh day. Inner thigh, we want to make sure. Also, now just notice your waist lifted up off the floor. Yeah, did you feel the difference in that? Just lifting in the waist. Good, since we've already done a whole lot of inner thigh with the other work, let's just do a couple more little pulses. Nice work, and let's just drop that. And come on up to the other side. Now you can take that leg around if you want to do a little bit of a stretch here in that whole hip and thigh area. Isn't that just, I just think that's just the most lovely whole sequence. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Well, we know I'm crazy, but besides that, all right, you guys, you ready? We're gonna do that series on the other side. So let's boogie ourselves right on over. Leg right out from the hip. Now, right now, as I just set myself up, my knee is actually a little in front of my hip. So I'm gonna have to draw it back, knee and ankle. I'm gonna bend so my heel is a little closer to my tail. Lean over a bit, top hand. Let's just rotate. Rotate it. See how much rotation you can get, and just notice how the difference on the either side, isn't it? Stretching forward and back. Beautiful. Nice. All right, then once you're there, good, you can begin to lift and press back. Good, keep that top hip forward, bend the elbow just a little bit, but not so much that you're way down. If you want to then do your rotation, think hip rolls around, shoulders are square to the side, and off we go. Tiny little backs, back, back, back. Again, I'm gonna think about taking my back heel in just a little closer to my tush, and boy, that makes a difference all the way up. It's amazing. Rolling that top hip. Yes, girls. Very nice. Now just keep going. Little pulses, little pulses. Constantly looking at and adjusting the posture, right? So if I bend my elbows more down, what do I feel? Let me bring them up a little bit. Let me roll that top hip forward as I keep bringing those legs back. Nice. Let's just do maybe 10 more little pulses. 8, 7, make them even smaller. The smaller they are, the deeper they are, right? It's kind of like less is more, right? The smaller, the better. I think that's enough for that one. You want to drop that leg? Yes, you do. Very good. And let's take that top leg now down to the side. Excellent. Front leg is still going to stay there. And take that top hip and really roll, slight bend in that knee so that the knee is all the way towards the floor. Beautiful. And then you're going to slide over towards the hand on the ground just until you're able to lift that leg. And little up and down. So it's a straight leg. Make sure it's right in alignment, that that hip is rolled down. If you want, then you can adjust the shoulders, sliding them over. And little tiny up and downs. Really straight leg. Good. Lifting up out of the waist. Hip rolls again. Good. Now I just noticed too, if I slightly shift my weight a little bit forward, I can really feel that in the front leg hip as well. I noticed I was kind of shifting my weight back a little bit, but I like it forward. And then let's just bend, stretch. Tiny bend and really stretch it. Tiny bend, stretch. Tiny bend, stretch. Yes, feel that all the way up into your backside, all the way up into the waist. Just amazing. Loving these. Loving them, girls. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stretch and drop it on down. Beautiful. All right. That front leg is going to be our stabilizer. We're coming down, elbow under the shoulder. Top leg is coming in front. Top arm is going to go behind the ankle to hold on there. Stretching up. So here's where I say lift up from the waist. You want to make sure you're not hunching, right? So you're still staying tall. Take that bottom leg, turn it, toes to the floor, And let's do some little lifts. Oh boy, I really feel that already on this side. Isn't it weird how you'll feel it so much more on one side than the other? It's like, oh, the alien side. And we'll just keep doing just a few more here. Yes, I was going to say, yeah, this way we'll swim and trim for a New Year's Eve holiday tonight, but most of us are probably, I hope, hanging out at home. I asked on my Facebook page, what are people doing for New Year's Eve? And it was great. One person said, I'm hanging out with my friends eating junk food. I'm like, great way to ring in the holiday. Junk food, some junk TV, whatever. It's all good. All right, you guys had enough of this one? Yes, drop it down. Let's come on over and we'll just give ourselves a nice stretch here. Oh, yes, we will. Right down onto that bone. Stretch it all out. Turning those beautiful shoulders. And let's just do a beautiful stretch out now with those legs. You know what? Let's do a cat-cow first. Make sure we release the back. So I'm going to come up on my all fours. Maybe do an all fours and then a back extension. And I think we're in good shape-o. Nice. Give me a nice tabletop. Good. Pressing. Let's inhale and let the belly drop. Now allow your shoulder blades to slide in towards your spine. In other words, your shoulders sort of sink. Good work. And now tailbone is up. Feel that good release of the back. Now press the palms down in the ground to straighten those arms, lengthening the shoulder blades back out. Think about your heart space or the rib cage. Start to lift it up. And then tail tucks and shin tucks, just a little bit more specific, separated way to do this. And now we'll just do one a little quicker. So go down into your arch and press up into your, I guess I shouldn't have said arch. I guess that was the other way, right? The curl and the arch. And then come back to neutral. Nice work. Let's just do a nice back extension. So we're going to come on down onto our bellies. Good. Let's start with our hands underneath our foreheads. Legs are out. Good. You know what? Let's do a bit of a flutter first. So now I'm going to bring my arms up in my legs, press the hips down to lift the upper back and the legs. And fluttering means you're just going to flutter. Both of them. Reaching the fingertips away from the toes. Little flutter, 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 flutters. And then drop. And then bring those hands down next to you, palms pressing against the side. And you're going to press and lift both the upper body and the legs. You can squeeze between the shoulder blades. This is so good for our back. Just pause it. Pause, pause. See if you can hold it another couple seconds. And then release on down. Beautiful. Let's press back into child's pose. I'm going to have my knees out wide. Oh, yeah. So good with the child's pose. And then I'm going to bring my knees in a little closer to each other. Shift the hips to one side, shoulders to the other. Up and around the other way. Oh, yes. And up and around the other way. And one more time. Up and around. Super good, girls. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to do the wide leg stretch. I'm feeling like that will feel good. So if you still have time to hang with me, go ahead and do that. I'm going to flex those feet and really feel that energy going right out through those heels. Woo, yes. And forward. Oh. And just walk your hands to one side. I'm going to allow you to explore your stretch here, kind of like we do in stretch class, right? But making sure that you move the body with your hands, just kind of moving it around. Instead of the body moving and the hands going with it, use the palms to move the body till you feel a place that might be a little tight. And when you find that, back off slightly, inhale, and just exhale and relax there. And just stay for just a few seconds. This is the new science of stretching, right? Giving the brain an understanding that it's safe now to lengthen that muscle. And it's so interesting how you're going to find that. Beautiful. And then you can move to the next little place, going around till you feel your next gnarly little place. And then you go, oh, it's right there. Back off a little. Inhale. And visualize those muscles lengthening in whatever way works for you. Some people like the visualization of a rubber band, just sort of relaxing out. For whatever reason, I like the visualization of a rope, and the rope just starts to fray and open. But whatever works for you. Beautiful. And then I'm going to bring my hands back up and bring those legs back together. Shift back off your pelvis to do that, so it makes it easy. And flexing those feet, pinky toes to the side. Let's lift up on our bones. Good. I might shift hip, little hip. You can even do a little of this, right? Might as well work a little waist. And come on over. Give yourself that nice forward stretch to wherever it's good for you. Inhale and exhale. And same thing. Try not to jerk the body down. Just let it go to wherever it's ready to go to. Relax the head. Let the shoulders relax, the elbows relax, and just hang there for a few seconds. Deep breath and exhale and release. Just notice after you've been there for a few seconds now, relaxing into it. Is the body ready to drop maybe just slightly lower? Again, no forcing. No forcing, just relax into this stretch. So this looks like our forward spine stretch, doesn't it, from somatics? That really helps to stimulate the nervous system, and just relax into it now. Good, just let everything hang. And what you can do is just almost like some seaweed in the water, super slowly, just allow yourself to drift to one side, just till you feel that opposite side hips start to get a stretch, and then just stop and relax there. And slowly drift to the other side. Noticing what happens, the weight shifts to the other side. You'll feel it in the sit bones. You start to feel that stretch, just relax there. Coming back to the center. Now, instead of racking right up, I want you to take your hands on the tops of your legs, push down into the leg, and feel like you're pushing out through the foot to allow yourself to roll back up, one vertebrae at a time. And when you get to the place where your shoulders are over your hips, hands on the ground, push to roll up through your pelvis. And give yourself some nice big shoulder rolls. Beautiful. How about this nice final stretch? Let's bring one foot in and the other. You know what? We'll do two. Let's do flat foot. So you can do, I always love this one too. A little bit of a butterfly stretch here. Butterfly stretch, feel where you are, since we did so much inner thigh today. Right? You can even do like one hip and shoulder forward and then the other. Again, not trying to overdo into the stretch. Let the body tell you where it's ready to go. Excellent. And then I'm going to bring one leg in front of the other. Lift up. And we're going to do this stretch. Noticing the foot that's in front, you're going to walk yourself that way. So just allow your upper body to hang over here. Relax the head. You can walk the hands out away from the torso. And then walk them over to that side of the big foot. And you'll feel that stretch on that front leg hip. Again, just go till you start to feel that stretch. Then back off slightly. Inhale. Exhale and relax down. See if you can get that felt sense of the lengthen in that hip. You can take a few seconds. Because what we're doing here is working with the stretch reflex. And then walk it back to the center. Walk the hands in towards your body. Switch the legs. Good. Hinging back over again. Relaxing the head. Walking those hands out. Relaxing again, letting the neck go. Slowly walking the other way to the side of that big toe. And all of a sudden you go, oh, I feel it in that side hip. So just pause. Inhale. Exhale and release and drop it down. All of a sudden you'll start to just feel it open a little bit. And your upper body might even start to just drop slightly with that lengthen. It feels so nice. And you can walk your hands back to the center and back towards your body, pushing yourself back up. Ta-da! You did it. That was a long class. Thanks for playing with me today, you guys.